When you've conquered industries, built empires, and accumulated wealth beyond most people's imagination, the question isn't if you'll fly private, it's which aircraft becomes the crown jewel of your fleet. Welcome back to Luxury Aloft. Today, we're stepping into the rarefied world of ultra-high net worth aviation, where private jets aren't just transportation, they're statements of power, sanctuaries of productivity, and masterpieces of engineering that cost more than most luxury estates. The billionaires flying these aircraft aren't making emotional purchases. They're investing in time, security, comfort, and capability. Each jet we'll explore today represents the pinnacle of what money can buy in the skies, and the reasons behind these choices reveal fascinating insights into how the world's wealthiest individuals think about travel, business, and life itself. Let's count down the 7 private jets that billionaires choose when only the extraordinary will do. Number 7. The Embraer Lineage 1000E. We begin with an aircraft that proves sophistication doesn't always mean choosing the biggest option in the catalog. The Embraer Lineage 1000E starts life as a commercial airliner, the E190, but emerges from Embraer's completion centers as something entirely different. With a price tag hovering around $53 million, this Brazilian-built beauty offers something many billionaires crave: uniqueness. The cabin stretches nearly 84 feet, divided into 5 distinct zones that owners configure to their exact specifications. We're talking full bedrooms with queen-size beds, walk-in showers, private offices, entertainment lounges, and dining areas that wouldn't look out of place in a Manhattan penthouse. What makes billionaires choose the Lineage? It's the range-to-cost ratio. This aircraft can fly 4,300 nautical miles non-stop. Think New York to Paris or Los Angeles to London, while burning significantly less fuel than competing jets in its class. The cabin altitude of just 5,800 feet means you arrive feeling fresher than you would in most other aircraft. When you're flying from board meeting to board meeting across continents, that physiological advantage translates directly into sharper decision-making and better performance. Billionaires like Jose Haldo, prominent business figures across Latin America, and several members of Middle Eastern royal families have chosen the Lineage precisely because it delivers 90% of what the most expensive jets offer, at roughly half the acquisition cost. Number 6. The Dassault Falcon 8X. Now we move to France, where Dassault Aviation has been perfecting the art of business aviation for over half a century. The Falcon 8X, priced at approximately $58 million, represents French engineering at its most elegant. This is the longest-range member of Dassault's legendary Falcon family, capable of connecting cities 6,450 nautical miles apart without refueling. But here's what separates the 8X from lesser aircraft. It was designed from the outset with operational flexibility that billionaires demand. This jet can access airports that larger, heavier aircraft simply cannot. Think of challenging destinations like London City Airport or short runways in the Swiss Alps, places where runway length or approach angles eliminate many competitors. The cabin is a 43-foot sanctuary featuring Dassault's signature extra-wide cross-section. At 6 feet 10 inches wide and 6 feet 2 inches tall, the cabin provides genuine stand-up comfort for passengers of virtually any height. The 30 cabin windows flood the interior with natural light, creating an atmosphere that feels more like a private residence than an aircraft. Billionaires choose the Falcon 8X when they need to reach secondary destinations without compromise. If your business interests span from Manhattan to remote resort properties, or if you're connecting between a London townhouse and an alpine chalet, the 8X delivers access that aircraft twice its price cannot match.
The trijet configuration, 3 engines instead of 2, provides an additional margin of safety and performance that appeals to risk-conscious owners. And when you're talking about people whose time is literally worth millions per day, the ability to fly point to point without routing through major hubs represents incalculable value. Number 5. The Bombardier Global 7500. Here's where we enter truly elite territory. The Bombardier Global 7500, with a list price approaching $75 million, held the title of world's longest-range purpose-built business jet when it entered service. This Canadian marvel can fly 7,700 nautical miles without stopping. That's New York to Hong Kong or Singapore to San Francisco in a single flight. But range is just the beginning of this aircraft's appeal to billionaires. The cabin spans an unprecedented 54.5 feet, organized into 4 true living spaces. We're not talking about areas separated by curtains. These are distinct rooms with proper doors. A full bedroom with a permanent bed, a dedicated entertainment suite, a conference room, a full-service galley that would make private chefs weep with joy. Bombardier introduced nuage seating, that's French for cloud, which took business aviation seating to entirely new levels of comfort through ergonomic design that supports the body's natural curves during flight. When you're spending 16 hours in the air, that level of engineering attention makes an extraordinary difference. The cabin altitude remains below 4,800 feet even when cruising at 41,000 feet, lower than any competing aircraft. This translates to measurably better sleep quality, reduced fatigue, and faster recovery from long-haul flights. Who flies the Global 7500? Tech entrepreneurs who need to move between Silicon Valley, Asian manufacturing centers, and European markets. International investors managing portfolios across multiple continents. The kind of business leaders whose empires don't respect time zones or borders. Number 4. The Gulfstream G650ER. If there's one name that's become synonymous with the ultimate private jet experience, it's Gulfstream. The G650ER, extended range, commands approximately $70 million and delivers what many consider the gold standard in business aviation. With a range of 7,500 nautical miles and a maximum speed of Mach 0.925, this is the jet that redefines what's possible in private air travel. Elon Musk flies a G650ER. Jeff Bezos operates one. When you examine the ownership rolls, you'll find a remarkable concentration of Forbes 400 members behind the controls of this particular aircraft. Why? Because Gulfstream has perfected the total package. The oval cabin windows, the largest in business aviation, stretch 16 inches tall. The cabin management system would be cutting edge in a luxury home, let alone an aircraft. The whisper-quiet interior, maintained at cabin altitudes as low as 3,000 feet at cruise, creates an environment where you can actually hold conversations, sleep deeply, or focus on complex work without the fatigue that plagues commercial aviation. The 16-passenger cabin offers presidential suite levels of customization, master bedrooms with en-suite bathrooms, conference rooms with full connectivity, dining areas with bone china and crystal glassware that would be at home in a Michelin-starred restaurant. But here's what truly separates the G650ER in the minds of billionaires: reliability. Gulfstream's legendary product support means that wherever you land, from Teterboro to Tokyo, from London to Dubai, factory-trained technicians and genuine parts are available. When your time is worth tens of thousands of dollars per hour, mechanical reliability isn't a luxury, it's a business necessity. Before we reveal the top 3 jets that represent the absolute pinnacle of private aviation, the aircraft chosen by heads of state, tech titans, and the world's most demanding travelers, I'd like to ask a favor. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the world of ultra-luxury aviation here on Luxury Aloft, please take just a moment to hit that subscribe button. Now, let's continue with the top 3.
Number 3. The Boeing Business Jet 787 Dreamliner. Now we're talking about something fundamentally different, taking a wide-body commercial airliner and transforming it into a flying palace. The Boeing Business Jet 787, or BBJ 787, isn't just a step up from traditional business jets. It's an entirely different category of aircraft. With a base price starting around $250 million before customization and completion costs that can easily double that figure, this is transportation reserved for those who measure their wealth in the billions, not millions. The cabin offers a staggering 2,200 square feet of space across multiple levels. To put that in perspective, that's larger than most luxury apartments in Manhattan or London. Owners have installed master bedrooms with king-size beds, full bathrooms with standing showers and bathtubs, private offices, conference rooms for 20, dining rooms, lounges, and even medical facilities with full-time physicians on board. The range exceeds 9,000 nautical miles, meaning you can fly from anywhere to almost anywhere without stopping. Los Angeles to Melbourne, New York to Singapore, London to Buenos Aires. The world becomes genuinely accessible in ways that even other billionaire jets cannot match. But the real advantage? The 787's revolutionary composite airframe maintains cabin pressure equivalent to just 6,000 feet altitude while cruising at 43,000 feet. Combined with advanced humidity systems and the smoothest ride in aviation, passengers arrive feeling like they've spent the night in a 5-star hotel, not 16 hours in the air. Who needs a BBJ 787? Heads of state managing countries, business leaders with truly global operations spanning every continent, ultra-high net worth families who want to travel together, 20, 30, even 40 people in unprecedented comfort. This isn't a private jet, it's a flying headquarters, a mobile command center that happens to cross oceans.
Number 2. The Airbus ACJ320neo family. When your wealth reaches certain stratospheric levels, when you've exhausted the possibilities of everything smaller, you turn to Airbus corporate jets. The ACJ320neo family, particularly the ACJ319neo and ACJ320neo, represents the European answer to Boeing's business jets, with pricing that similarly starts around $100 million and climbs dramatically based on interior completion. The cabin volume approaches 1,000 square feet, offering nearly unlimited configuration possibilities. These aircraft have been completed with concert halls, fully equipped gymnasiums, Turkish baths, cinema rooms with reclining seats for dozens of guests, and bedroom suites that rival anything you'd find at the Ritz-Carlton. The 6,300 nautical mile range of the ACJ320neo connects any 2 points on Earth with at most one technical stop. But more importantly, it does so while carrying dozens of passengers in supreme comfort, making it ideal for business leaders who travel with entire teams, or families who want to vacation together without the compromises of commercial aviation. Middle Eastern royalty particularly favors these aircraft. The Saudi royal family operates multiple ACJs. So do petrochemical magnates, real estate developers with international portfolios, and entertainment moguls who need to move entire production teams between locations. The Airbus cabin management systems represent the cutting edge of aviation technology. Passengers control lighting, temperature, entertainment, and communication through touchscreens that would be at home in a Smart Home of the Year showcase. Satellite communications provide gigabit speed internet anywhere on Earth, meaning the aircraft becomes a genuinely productive office environment at 40,000 feet. Perhaps most tellingly, these aircraft hold their value extraordinarily well in the resale market. Billionaires think in terms of asset allocation, and an ACJ represents not just capability, but a sound investment that will retain significant value for decades.
Number 1. The Boeing Business Jet MAX series. And here we arrive at the undisputed champion, the aircraft chosen by those who will accept nothing but the absolute best that aviation engineering can deliver. The Boeing Business Jet MAX series, particularly the BBJ MAX 8 and BBJ MAX 9, represents the current pinnacle of purpose-built business aviation. With a range exceeding 7,000 nautical miles and a cabin volume approaching 1,000 square feet, this aircraft delivers unprecedented capability in a package smaller and more efficient than converted airliners. List prices start at approximately $120 million, but completed aircraft regularly exceed $250 million once owners work with completion centers to create their perfect interior. What makes the BBJ MAX the number one choice? It's the combination of range, space, efficiency, and access. Unlike the 787 or ACJ, which require longer runways and are restricted from many airports, the BBJ MAX can operate from a much wider range of facilities. It can operate out of executive airports like Teterboro in New York, or access challenging high-altitude destinations that wide-body jets simply cannot reach. It provides access to thousands more airports than the larger converted airliners, while still maintaining the cabin space and range that billionaires demand. The active cabin altitude technology keeps passengers comfortable at the equivalent of just 6,000 feet, even at maximum cruise altitude. The advanced MAX 8 engines burn 20% less fuel than previous generation BBJs, while providing whisper-quiet operation and exceptional reliability. Inside, these aircraft become whatever the owner imagines. We've seen completions featuring private boardrooms with six-figure conference tables, master bedrooms that would fit comfortably in a Park Avenue penthouse, lounges with grand pianos, bathrooms with marble everything, and galleys equipped to prepare restaurant-quality meals for 20 guests. The BBJ MAX attracts a particular type of buyer: the self-made billionaire who built their fortune through relentless efficiency and strategic thinking. These are people who recognize that the MAX delivers 95% of what the largest aircraft offer, while providing dramatically better airport access, lower operating costs, and faster positioning times between flights. When you can choose any aircraft in the world and you select the BBJ MAX, you're making a statement. You're saying that you value optimal solutions over mere status symbols. You're demonstrating the same sharp thinking that built your fortune in the first place. Looking forward, the world of billionaire aviation stands at a fascinating crossroads. Sustainable aviation fuel is becoming increasingly important, even to buyers who could afford any fuel cost. The next generation of ultra-long-range business jets will almost certainly incorporate hybrid electric systems for ground operations and taxi, reducing both emissions and operating costs. We're seeing growing interest in supersonic business jets, aircraft that could cut transatlantic crossing times in half. Companies like Boom Supersonic are developing next-generation designs that would allow billionaires to breakfast in London and lunch in New York with time to spare. The line between aircraft and smart home continues to blur. Future billionaire jets will feature artificial intelligence that learns passenger preferences, predictive maintenance that prevents problems before they occur, and integration with owners' homes, offices, and vehicles that create seamless mobility across all transportation modes. But regardless of technological advances, one truth remains constant. For those who've achieved extraordinary success, the right private jet isn't a luxury. It's essential infrastructure. It's the tool that enables them to manage global enterprises, maintain relationships across continents, and allocate their most precious resource, time, with maximum efficiency. Thank you for flying with us today here on Luxury Aloft. These 7 aircraft represent not just the pinnacle of aviation engineering, but windows into how the world's most successful people think about mobility, productivity, and living life at the highest levels. Now I'm curious, if money were no object, which of these 7 jets would you choose? And where would your first flight take you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I genuinely love reading your perspectives on these incredible machines. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies. And remember, the journey matters just as much as the destination.